Good morning. This is not the update I promised you uh, because it is way too dark and I don't want to make a grainy video. Yeah, Vanda, it's okay. Quick look. It's super pretty. You see, that's not a good image. First time in 2 years, and there's a spidery nonsense. And I remembered that the last time it flowered, I lived in the flat. That's 7 years ago. Okay, um, so you're gonna keep that one, a rain check, they say. Well, it's already raining. Yeah, I'm gonna show you a repot of my stenoglottis. So, if the weather clears and we get enough sunlight this afternoon, you're gonna get your update tomorrow. Okay, enjoy the repot. Later. Good morning. It's been a while. I'm gonna do a do video. And well, it's a bit of a special one. Because it is a full terrestrial. Not only that, it is a somewhat cool grower. And at the moment it looks like this. Which is totally fine. Stenoglottis longifolia, meaning the long-leaved stenoglottis. Ooh, it's almost a year since it's been repotted. Wow. I need a special mixture for this one. Look, this is all dead. And when I got it, it was 2 plants. It renewed itself and I got 6. 4 died and 2 actually made a flower spike and had flowers. I have no idea what to expect, really. I potted it on. This is so weird. There is dead stuff, but I have no idea if I should remove that or well, it's a bit late to ask that question, isn't it? Look here, you can clearly see that. Well, that stuff is dead. Well, I'm gonna get a little bit of it. In nature, this stuff provides food to the plant itself, and everything that isn't used will be flushed out. And well, yeah, the flushing out is a bit of a problem, at least for home growers. I haven't done this in a while, repotting. So I'm gonna take it out and see what happens, really. I already gave up on the Disas. First of all, they're really hard to get. And second of all, really hard to grow. Which is too many hard parts. I'm gonna do the pots I had outside. I'm gonna see what the bulbs have done. I'm especially curious to what the Blatia have done, because the Striata alba has been pollinated and has propagated between the tiles of the backyard. So that won't ever do something. But maybe in the rest of the garden. This is so. This is one. Yeah. Well, I hope I still have enough potting soil. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this and see what's here. I will be repotting my philodendrons probably next week. I took them out of the grow room and they are now in the living room. My cymbidiums are moved to the studio. It's the only spot I have room enough, and well, they don't mind noise, so this is one, or I'm afraid to clean it with water, really. I have no idea what effect that can have. And nobody else grows this one, at least not to my knowledge. And well, although they come from Disa country, the Disas need to be wet constantly, running water, or at least oxygen rich water. These can never dry out, but also can be wet, evenly moist, whatever that is. I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah. All that stuff. Now I had those peat blocks, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use those or bits of it. I think I'm going to use the peaty soil I got. A little bit of sand, a little bit of perlite, en potting soil. Jongen, wat een gesodemieter, goddomme. Yeah. This will have to do. Do. Yeah? Yeah. No. Is that Jim? No, it's not. Oh, damn. Idiot. Well, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna pause you and get the stuff to make the mix. Okay, a lot of stuff. Peaty soil. Sand. And this is potting soil. And I think I'm going to mix in a little bit of garden soil. That's different than potting soil. A little bit of perlite for reasons. I'm using dark pots. Yeah. Because I am convinced that plants that have their roots in the ground don't like them to be exposed to sunlight. Yeah. Why is she standing with a big angle? You think, well, peaty soil. This stuff is rock hard. Really rock hard. So we're gonna stomp all night in the neighborhood. Yeah. And well, this contains peat, dirt, plant material, all of nature's goodies. And this doesn't work. No, it doesn't. I may be fat, but I'm not fat enough. Hammer time. Yes, hammer time. I'm gonna pause you. Okay, this stuff is so hard that the hammer time didn't work. And I broke stuff that I kind of needed, so now it's the soft approach. It's still hard. God damn. Why do my ideas always take time and effort? It's a mystery. It is. Well, I'm gonna let this soak for a while and hope my my stenoglottis don't suffer too much because, well, I can't work with this. It's a nice heavy mixture, but no. I will have to wait until it's all, well, dissolved not, but soft at least. Well, that took a lot longer than I wanted it to. Potting soil. It's gonna be a mess. And now, sand. Sand also works like a kind of perlite because it is mineral. It doesn't take up water. That's enough. What's next? Well, get my hands dirty. Yes. This is a wet mixture. It's horrible to work with, but, well, yeah, what do you do? I'm not using bark or anything to get an airy mixture because, well, that's going to rot. No doubt about it. Well, is this enough? I have no idea. I don't know really. Do we need rocks? Yes, we do. Only because I have them. If I didn't, we didn't need them. Okay. I'm gonna pot them very shallow because, well, this is just below the surface, so this is where the plant comes from. Is that visible, guys? Yeah, okay. Closer. Yeah. And now fill her up very gently along the side. These grow in compacted soil, unlike these that grow in a very loose mixture because it's always wet. So I'm gonna push it in a little bit, but not too much. And I'm talking about this like I've been growing Stenoglottis for years, which I haven't. It's all speculation. Now, if I didn't screw up, we should see some effect in about 2 weeks. Until then, I'm not going to water them because this is wet enough. And, well, food. I don't think that these need a very heavy feed. Now, actually, I think it's really, really bad for them. Especially with disas, because, well, running water means that all the nutrients that come free are washed away immediately. So, very, very little feed. Don't know how much, but meh. Yeah, we need more rocks. The other one has, so. Yeah, I really haven't done this in a while. I forgot how messy it gets, especially when I do this. Is this enough, he says? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it's really a strange plant. Yeah, strange root system. It's more tubers than roots. Again, push it in where I'm too. Ooh, and it smells like a bead bar? Now, yes, it does. Now, see, you can cover it. Oh. Well, just garden soil. There we go. And there we have 2 repotted Stenoglottis longifolia. And now we're gonna let the nature take its course. Yes. Okay, 20 minutes later.